What's up, y'all? I'm a little late. Yeah, most of you niggas is watching on replay anyway, so what am I talking about today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. The Biden crime family. Should I turn my light on? Fuck that. I'll turn the light on for a little bit. I might turn that shit off. Hell no. I just finished smoking. I don't want that damn light in my eye. Y'all know how I look. Shit. It's my words that count. It's my words. It's my words that count. It's my words that count. Anyway, the Biden crime family. Hunter Biden, for those of you who don't know, son of President Joe Biden, has been found guilty of felony gun charges. This is the first time in American history that, this is yesterday's stuff. This is the first time in American history. Oh, my mic. I'm sorry. Y'all hear my bad. I was far away from my mic. My mic was like way too far from me. My bad. That should sound better. That should sound better. For the first time in American history, a sitting president's immediate family member got found guilty of a federal crime. What was his crime? I don't think his crime was big. He's had more troubling issues than what he just got found guilty for, going back to that laptop situation. But I ain't gonna get involved. I love my United States government. I ain't gonna go too deep. But y'all go look it up. I love the USA. I'm a patriot. God damn it. But look it up. Look it up. You know, he remember he's the one he called his father in the laptop scandal, Pedo Joe, allegedly. They said. That's what I read. You know, he's a drug addict. And it's, him being a drug addict is, and I don't like to go too deep into things, but when you spend your whole life criminalizing one group of people, sending millions, what does Rock say? Millions and millions of black people to prison because of drug use, then it comes to your family. That's what we mean, y'all, about karma and energy. Let's go. We're gonna go into the trial, but let me preach for a little bit before we get started. I got a sermon just hit me, and then we're gonna get it going. A sermon just hit me, and we're gonna get it going after the sermon. This is what we mean by goddamn karma. You dig? You gotta watch what energy you put out there on people. And you gotta watch what energy you put out to the earth. Somebody like a Joe Biden has been a goddamn, like, hawkish. He's been so hawkish with drug policy. He's been dictatorial, like, going back to his earliest days in Congress, going back to his earliest days in the Senate, federal and state legislatures. He's been a hawk. And he's been the person that behind Biden, the Biden bill. Y'all remember the Biden bill? Y'all remember the Biden bill? Yeah. So Joe Biden is the man behind all that. And with all that going on, Look at how it hit his home. Listen to this, saints. Won't he do it? And I'm not celebrating. No, I'm not. I'm not celebrating because we've been on these dudes drug addicts. We've been doing these drug addicts for well over 30 years. But for President Biden to wait his whole life to finally get to the presidency, mind you, Joe Biden was somebody they thought could possibly run for president back in 1988 against Bush and against Dukakis. I was 7 years old and I remember the name Joe Biden coming up. And his name was up for consideration in 1992 on the ticket with Bill Clinton. But they kept telling Joe to stay back because you be having too many gaps. You say too much weird shit. Like, yeah, dude. Yeah, you got this drug policy off, and thank you for that. But you don't know how to hold your goddamn mouth. And so he had to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait a lifetime to finally become president. And when it's time for Joe Biden to finally become president, he gets into office and becomes the first president in United States history to have a drug addict son go to prison and get found guilty. Would he do it? See, Lord, that's why we all need the Lord. I'm telling y'all right now, the Lord don't fuck around. I want y'all to look. This is what we need to do. I'm gonna turn my light on, and I want y'all to have some communion with me, cause the Lord don't fuck around. I'm drinking some red wine. This is a Pinot and Merlot blend. It's called Esperance, Andrew Murray Vineyards, Santa Cruz, California. I have the fruit of the vine. I want y'all right now to take some communion with me, Lord. We've been saying all year, what have I been saying all year? This is an 8 of Hearts year. This is an 8 of Hearts year. Revelation of what's really going on. Whatever is going on is coming out. So Joe Biden, no matter how much of a degenerate he is, I'm sure there is some level in that calloused heart of his that he still loves his son. Somewhere underneath all those layers of filth, garbage, guck, bullshit, evil, somewhere under those layers lies a heart that somewhat still beats for Joe Biden, for his son. And to finally get to the level he's always wanted his whole life, first off, he half dead, so he can't, I don't even know how much Joe Biden is, I don't even know how much he's enjoying the presidency, because I think the motherfucker like sleeps in a casket just in case. I don't know. That just came to my head. I don't know. But he finally got there, and he's half alive, and his seed is a fucking criminal. Let's take some communion to that, people. That's the universe showing that it don't fuck around. Yes, Lord. All right, turn this light off. That's enough light in my eyes. So this is the universe, in my opinion, showing us that, hey, you can't outrun time. You cannot outrun time, Joe Biden. And chickens are coming home to roost because of your policies. You should have loved your son more, giving him some more attention. But instead of giving him love and attention, you was in Congress, you was in the Senate, doing everything you could do to displace black families. Your other son passed away, and this son that's now got found guilty was having sex with his brother's widow. That's what you raised, Joe Biden. That's what you raised. Yeah. Hell yeah, be original entertainment. Jesus was known for delineating against all the outside, all them other people. Yeah, the people who was fucking around. He was known for drinking wine and hung with the regular folks. Jesus didn't fuck around. It's these bullshit ass Christians that came along afterwards, trying to be all model citizens. Most of them is degenerates. You're not gonna see me trying to fake in front of y'all. I don't smoke and I don't drink. Fuck that, nigga. You know who else didn't smoke or drink? Hitler. God damn it. Adolf Hitler did not smoke or drink. And look what that degenerate did. So let's get back to what we're talking about. For those of you who don't know, because y'all know how sometimes I start the show before I end the show. Let's go down, and now let's talk about Hunter Biden. Let's talk about what's going on. These are some of my observations. As I watch the news and scan the news, I realized that they weren't going around asking black people how they felt about white business. It's the first thing I'm going to say. When you jump around the news, you may see a few Negro hosts, but you ain't about to see them asking a whole bunch of black people about white people's business. Notice that. And I'm not mad at them for doing that. You ain't going to hear me be mad at them for that. But I'm saying that for people to take notice on how business is conducted. You know, when your kind is embattled, you don't go asking the other kind their opinions on your own people going through some stuff. That's the game that's being played right in front of us. I'm talking about the game, people. I'm not talking about your fantasy on how you want the world to be. I'm not talking about this whole utopia world that most of you niggas would be imagining exists that I ain't never fucking seen exist. Wherever you niggas be thinking about. But I get it. I'm talking about the world that we're in. People don't go to the people that they are against and ask them their opinion on their business. That's one of the first things I noticed. Another thing I noticed, they're not going around asking white celebrities how they feel about Hunter Biden. They're not asking baseball players. I'm watching the Dodgers are on right now. You know, they're not asking um the different. I don't even know most of these niggas' names. What's his name? They're not asking Jock Peterson. They're not asking what's the other white boy to play for the Angels? Uh, and Trout, Mike Trout. They're not asking White. They're not asking Caitlin Clark her political opinion on what's going on with Hunter Biden. Y'all notice that? Caitlin Clark's in the middle of the news. She's a white celebrity. They're not asking her political opinions, you know? Nobody asked Taylor Swift what she feels about this situation. They're not asking Garth Brooks how he feels about the situation. In other words, if you notice, they're not asking their celebrity class what they feel about political business. They're not asking none of them. Thank you, Sir Worcestershire, for the Cash App. Thank you, Sir Worcestershire, for the Cash App. But they're not asking these people for their business. I want you to first start off by noticing that. Or second, I should say. Because when it comes to black people who are in trouble, especially in a situation like this, the presidency is the highest seat in the United States. And I, for one, I'm a patriot. I don't know about y'all, but I am. I love the United States. I love this country. Born here. I'm going to die here. My family's here. And my family's been on record on this soil for over 400 years. And long before that. I love this place. So me personally, as a patriot, as somebody who loves America, it's tough for me to see a president that's half dead. It's tough for me to see a half dead president that got famous on drugs with a drug addict son that got goddamn drug charges. It's hard as a patriot, as a lover of America, to look at this nigga Hunter Biden's face. Look at his face. Does he look mentally fit in any way, shape, or form? Watch his dad walk around town. That motherfucker be fumbling, rumbling, and stumbling. Does this look like a family fit to lead the free world? I love this country. But look at what the fuck we got representing us. Nigga, what? What? I love this country. And I don't want nothing bad happening to it. Because we have people in this country leading this country that aren't fit because they're fucking criminals. You dig what I'm saying? So let me see here. Let me flip on over here. So look at here. Hunter Biden basically got found guilty of nothing. It wasn't too much. It wasn't too much if you ask me. But hey, the rules is the rules, right? The rules is the rules. He got found guilty of illegally buying and owning a gun. That's what happened. See, in America, that's one thing I love about our country. We have what's known as a justice system. And sometimes that justice system works right. Sometimes, not all the time. But it did today. It did today. That's why we gotta, it's like that's why I love where I come from. And I love where I come from. And where do I come from? Oh, beautiful. Man, shit. Oh, beautiful. What spacious skies. Singer Ray Charles. America. Singer Ray Charles. Wait a minute. What did Ray Charles say? What did he say? What did he say? America. America, goddammit. That's what he said. America. God done shed his grace on thee. I ain't gonna play no more because I don't want to get no strikes. Shit. I'm loving this shit. We gotta have a recap. So Trump got found guilty a couple weeks ago. Giuliani got found guilty, and he's basically bankrupt because he has a $148 million judgment. Alex Jones lost his studio. Black America, are we keeping count right now? See, a lot of times we get too focused on us. Sometimes you got to take a step back and watch. Sometimes you got to take a step back and look at America in totality and see what's going on here. Sweet America. God done shed his grace on thee. Now, wait a minute. America. Sweet America. Oh, beautiful. Oh, spacious sky. Man. So, Hunter Biden got found again guilty of gun charges. And these gun charges, his birthday is, I'm looking up Hunter Biden's birthday. Now I want to look up his cards. I'm about to look up this nigga's cards. Because not only does Hunter Biden have this shit going on right now, Hunter Biden has another court case coming up in September. And that has to do with him being accused of defrauding the United States government out of money. Or not paying his taxes, in other words. And that would be really big for a sitting president's son to be faced with that. Especially when you consider the fact that Trump's taxes was such a big deal last year. Hunter Biden, let's pull up his card. Hunter Biden is an 8 of spades. Oh boy. See, here's an 8 of spades. Ooh, I see right now already what they issue is. I can see already what their issue is. Cause look at their cards. Hunter's an 8 of spades. Joe Biden's a king of hearts. So off top, I see where there's issues between the family. I'm gonna turn the lights on. Say I don't like I'm in the dark like some fucking battle do something. A lot of you niggas get weird when I read cards. So at least I'm gonna get on camera when I do this part. And I'm explaining y'all my card reading in 1 second, but the feeling is hitting me right now, so I gotta go with it when it's hitting me. Off top, I see the issues with their relationship. Joe Biden's a king of hearts, Hunter's an 8 of spades. King of hearts is a card of the merciless ruler. Like if it's in touch with his emotions, it's understanding. But Joe Biden, being someone who's thrown as many people as he's thrown in prison, and judging by the relationship he has with his children, he looks like he's been the low side of a king of hearts. That's the king of pessimism. That's the card of the emotional dictator. The card of you cannot please the king of hearts. So Joe as a father was a father that couldn't be pleased. No matter what Hunter did, no matter what any of them old crumb snatching ugly ass kids did, they couldn't do enough to please Joe Biden because he's a king of hearts. You can't please them motherfuckers when their vibration is low. And Joe Biden obviously has a low vibration. Now, it's higher vibration king of hearts out there who they once they've gotten to the point to where their emotions are in check, they can override them. But king of hearts people also go through a lot of shit. They go through a lot of heartbreak. Remember Joe Biden's first wife? I think his first wife died or some shit like that. Typical of a king of hearts life path. They experience like really big shit that makes them either emotionally, they either go extremely in two different directions. Either they're extremely understanding and have resolve beyond resolved, or they're extremely emotionally checked out and don't give a fuck. There is no middle ground for a king of hearts person. They're one of the two generally, especially when they get as old as Joe Biden is. His personality been set in stone since Moses was in his last 3 years looking for the lost, looking for the promised land. That motherfucker, Joe Biden. I think Joe Biden is the only United States president that met both George Washington and Pharaoh Ramses III. I swear to God. I think Joe Biden is the first president that met goddamn President Rutherford B. Hayes and Woodrow Wilson. This nigga know all the presidents, old bastard. Anyway, his son Hunter, Hunter is a 8 of spades. 8 of spades people are very pessimistic. Pessimism is what holds 8 of spades people back. They're hardworking, they're grinding, but you can easily get into an 8 of spades person's head. And then once you get to the head, they're going to start doubting themselves. So having an oppressive father that's a king of hearts that cannot be satisfied is going to play into the vulnerability of an 8 of spades, a personality that needs constant reassurance and constant validation. If you know 8 of spades people need constant validation because they're extremely insecure. That's and you see that Ace of Hearts in Mercury, that means they're very immature with their speech and how they interact and their understanding and dealing with people. So you almost got to treat them like kids all the way through adulthood. And Joe Biden have a king of diamonds in Mercury, man, look, let me break Cardology down to y'all real quick. And then let me break Cardology down to y'all real quick. What is this? People be asking me, okay, Dewan, what is Cardology? What's this shit you reading? What's all this you talking about King of Spades and the card? I get it. Those are very, 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 very smart questions to ask. Now let me see if I can answer it for you. You dig? Cardology, basically, let me break it down for y'all real quick, and then we're gonna go further into reading more. I'm gonna go into reading Hunter's Year, but this is what Cardology is in a nutshell. You got the 4 suites, and these 4 suites is the different bases, and it shows what you were born in based on your birthday, what your challenges are, and what you came here to come to master, okay? The first suite you see is the heart. The heart is that's the baby of the deck. So if you see someone as a heart, and Joe Biden's the king of hearts, that means you come to master your heart space. That means your biggest challenges in life are going to be issues and matters of the heart. So whether you ace of hearts, king of hearts, 8 of hearts, whatever heart you are, you came here to master your heart space, all right? And then the second card is the clubs. The clubs is mind. Clubs is speech. It's thinking and communication. If you're a club, you incarnate to master your mind, and your biggest challenges are going to be mental or speech. Like Ace of Clubs people, they don't like talking too goddamn much, you know? So you have that. And then you have your diamonds people. Diamonds are values, earth, tangible goods, things that you come to master. That card is all about mastering the earthly realm, the tangible realm, the finance realm. And then you have the spades. The spades is wisdom. So if you incarnate as a spade, your thing is to learn and to use wisdom. And if you look at the emblem of a spade, the spade, if you look at this shit real quick, look at the spade. You see it has all of the different suites in it. You see it has the top of the top, that's the diamond. And look at how these are shaped. You know, and then you see the bottom of the spade, that matches the bottom of the club. And at the same time, it's an upside down heart. So if you're a spade people have tough life paths to live because they come here to use their heart, use their mind, and understand their core values, and from there put that all together and use wisdom. Issue is with most spades people, they get too caught up in their goddamn ego. They don't want to rely on that. They put through a whole lot of shit, but they generally want to stay around and use their mind, and their ego had them using their heart and other shit when they should be using their faith and their spirit. So that's why having like a reading is so important, and knowing what kind of cards you are, because your card is going to really break down your life path and the challenges that are in front of you in your life path. I'm not about to go goddamn reading your future saying, well, next year you're going to have $10,000 come your way. I can't do all that. I ain't reading your future. I ain't doing none of that shit. But what I am doing is, when we read your card, we're breaking down your personality types, and we can also break down the seasons in your life based on your birth year. Oh, you 52 years old? All right, cool. So in your 52nd year, you might have this challenge dealing with trust issues, because I see a bunch of hearts in your deck. You might have those challenges dealing with communication issues. So all a card reading is going to do is, a card reading is basically a weather report. It tells you, all right, if you go outside, it's going to be hot from this time to that time. And then from that time to that time, it's going to be cold. So when you get to that part in your year, when you get to that part in your life, you dressed appropriately. That's what a card reading is. It's math. It's nothing new. And another thing, cards have been around way longer than the fucking games y'all play. Like this shit that I'm doing, it's older than spades. It's older than Tonk. It's older than I Declared War. It's a system. So I know for my regulars, y'all know the deal already. The regulars know the deal. But that was for the new people who come. That's for the new people who are here, who are like, what the fuck is he doing reading these goddamn cards? That's what it is. And it does not require you to believe in it. If you don't believe in it, that's cool. I'm not gonna argue with you. I also ain't here to convince nobody of shit. So if you one of the people that be thinking like, well, you need to go ahead and prove this to me and prove, I'm gonna be like, fuck you. Now, if you open-minded and open-hearted and you want to dig down a little bit deeper into your chart, hit me up at breakthroughcards.com. You dig? So anyway, he said, yeah, it's like. So anyway, old girl, back to this rat bastard, what's his name? Hunter Biden, overprivileged fuck. I get it. Like I be having compassion for people and shit. You know what I mean? But at the same time, even though you're born under a certain card, even though we play these cards and we have these cards, although this is all true, you're still an adult. You make your own decisions. There is nothing forcing you to make whatever decisions you make. It's a both end situation. When it comes to cards, when it comes to astrology, numerology, yeah, fate does put us in certain situations at different times. But it's literally like, like Grand Theft Auto. You can get put into a situation, but you still got a choice on how you handle that situation. And based on how you handle that situation is going to dictate your next path of your life. When you get put up on a situation, do I go to college, not go to college? If you go to college, you're going to go down this path. If you don't go to college, you're going to go down that path. Now, either path you go down at the same time is a divinely ordered path, and there is no right or wrong. But within these paths, we have free choice and we have free will. So if you one of the people that think, okay, I'm going to read some cards or I'm going to get a reading and, oh, that's an excuse. Oh, I'm going to be a drug addict because I'm a 9 of hearts and my life path is so tough. My life path is so tough. No, nigga, you still got choices. All right? Everybody still got choices. So don't ever come into a space like this and see a nigga reading cards and think that, okay, oh, that's going to give me an excuse to be a degenerate and to not actively live my life. You better take control of your black ass life. Don't be blaming shit on no fucking cards. I be hating that shit. People be coming around me. Oh, it's because of the card and this state. Nah, nigga, you ain't shit. That's why that happened. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. Don't blame the cards. Don't blame astrology, numerology, any of that shit on you not being shit. All right? So that's my public service announcement when it comes to the cards. Don't blame the cards on you being an ain't shit motherfucker. All right? If you ain't shit, it's because you chose not to be shit. All right? That's why you ain't shit. All right? Part of life. Anyway, okay, I found Hunter Biden's. Let's put up Hunter Biden's birth year. Oh, and also, by the way, hit up Hypnosis with Kendall. Her hypnotherapy services. If your mind is fucked up and you got a mental impasse or some shit going, you dealing with severe grief and and it's hard for you to get over with, go to my mods. If y'all in there, go type it. Give them Hypnosis with Kendall. Someone asks, how do you conclude we have free will? I'll tell you the answer. You chose to ask that fucking question, didn't you? All right, back to what we're talking about. So Hunter Biden, this is his year. He's 54 years old. He probably smelled like mustard, mayonnaise, and must. He has an ace of diamonds. That means rough new beginning. That means already off top. He's off for a new start, a new beginning. He's displacing what? See that displacement card right there? 8 of hearts. If you're a displacement card, peak card, reward card, environment card, yearly card, cards specifically in those positions, and also Saturn position, 8 of hearts show up, 6 of diamonds show up, your ass is about to be revealed, man. You about to get exposed. Good, bad, or indifferent. Good, bad, or indifferent. And so he has that. He has a 7 of spades moon. Ooh, that's a fight. He's going to jail. Hunter's not going to avoid prison time. I'm telling y'all that right now. That's 7 of spades and moon. Ace of spades, transformation. It's a rebirth. This nigga going to jail. Ace of clubs, Pluto. That's mine. That's a lot of all those aces. That signifies being alone. Ace is the number one. Ace is solo. It's dependency. It's needy, but it also represents the number one. It represents the beginning. It also represents, an ace of clubs represents being mentally alone by yourself. Oh my God. Did you just type the same bad joke twice? That show you nothing how free will exists. These motherfuckers got the free will to type bad joke after bad joke. And after they say a bad joke and no one laughs, they be like, guess what? I'm gonna type another bad joke. No one laughed? I'm gonna type another bad joke. God damn, you niggas suck. Nah, he's not gonna get rehab, Team Market. This nigga's going to jail. I've been scanning the chat looking for some good jokes, but hey, Bismarck T, you my only mod in here right now. Every bad joke, every bad joke gets a, what's a ban? 24-hour ban? If the joke is bad, according to you, Bismarck T, they get a 24-hour chat ban. So you niggas better make the jokes count. Keep joking. All right, let's go. So, but if it's funny, don't ban them. If it's funny, let it stay up. But if it ain't funny, let's see how bad they want to let off bad jokes now. You motherfuckers. See, this is what happened. You niggas was. Are you there, Andrew Como? Oh, yeah, you part of it too. All right, cool. If the joke sucks, 24 hours. But if it's good, let it ride. Let it ride. If it's a good one, let it ride. Let it ride. If people laugh at it, let it ride. But if they don't, that's a problem. You got niggas that was still sucking their thumb in the 8th grade in these chat rooms. Nah, that ain't cold, man. Jokes are easy. It's not hard to be funny. Is that like if a person keeps saying a bad jokes and nothing, like they're typing and nobody's laughing, and they keep typing and I'm like, okay, I may not be laughing. Let me at least see if anybody in the chat is laughing. And they keep typing and nobody's laughing. Don't y'all want them to be banned too? Hell, you might have a good point to say in the chat room, and I miss your good point because I just read a terrible ass joke. from somebody that still suck his thumb in his 30s. Follow the logic says, a choice is the ability to freely decide between alternatives. In some situations, if somebody has a gun to your head, yeah. No thing is universal. In some ways, yes. But there is no alternative between, you don't have to be here, like, and I'm not saying this to leave. I'm not saying this to put, I'm just using this as an example. Don't take this in any way to anybody listening. You don't have to be here. You could be either on another YouTube channel. You could be outside walking. You could be staring at the stars in the sky. You could be on your Oculus glasses, like I'm going to be tomorrow at 4:20 p.m. Here we go. You could be on your Oculus glasses, like I'm going to be scenes.io, 4:20 p.m. Pacific time. Come kick it with me in the metaverse. But that'll still be your choice. That wouldn't be you deciding between two alternatives. There are no alternatives. There's an infinite amount of things someone could be doing tomorrow. And entertainment is one of an infinite amount of things you could be doing. So in that space, you have free will. Now, where you don't, because it's a both and situation. It's a very complicated questions to answer because they require multiple layers to the answer. The problem is most people are linear thinkers. And when you give them multi-layered answers, they tend to fight one or the other. When it's not one or the other, it's both and all, depending on which level you're speaking on. And so, in other ways, no, you don't have a choice, because when it comes to playing cards, there are 52 archetypes of human beings. And all 52 archetypes of humans are represented by a card. And based on your card, that shows what that's a map to your gifts. That's why when you look at somebody's card spread, as you see here, a card spread is 13 aspects. We have 13 aspects of our personality. Your sun, what you show the world. Your Mercury, how you communicate. Your Venus, how you interact with the world. Your Mars, how you confront the world and yourself. Your Jupiter, your rewards and your blessings you came to show the world. Your Saturn, your discipline, your parameters on how you police yourself and police those around you. Your Uranus, your spiritual, your creativity, the randomness, how you handle out-of-pocket situations. Your Neptune, how you communicate through spirit. Your Pluto, your deep down challenges, real deep down inside. The stuff that's real down there that you don't see but you can feel. Your result reward card, what things look like, high side or low side, when you deal with these challenges. Your cosmic lesson, what you came in life to learn. These are what you're going to be learning. This is positive or negative. And mind you, within all of these cards, every card has like a wide range of high vibration and low vibration. And you're going to experience it somewhere in that field. But the way you experience it is going to be completely different than the way anybody else experiences it. Even if you have the same card, born on the same day, in the same fucking hospital, the family you're born into, the side of town you live on, your environment dictates the level in which you play your cards out, high or low. Your moon, your cosmic moon, is how you deal with your emotions. And your transformation is what it looks like as you grow throughout life and you transform yourself. So in a lot of ways, no, you don't. You are bound in some ways to a particular path based on the day you're born. Now, within that path, there's an infinite amount of choice and there's free will, the choice you make within that path on a larger level, on a macro level, on a micro level, you have infinite amount of choice within infinite amount of choice. You can decide, okay, look, this is my life path, but I ain't fucking with none of it. You have some people who, let me give you an example. Some people, your life path, just say you have the life path of ace of eight of clubs. One thing about this life path, it helps people. This card is really good at nurturing. It's really good at giving to people. It's really good at being a rock, the high side of it. And when it chooses to live out that, it gets the rewards. It gets the high vibration. It gets the good karma. But if that same card chooses to be a degenerate, it can choose not to give out. It can choose to say, fuck everybody around me. It can choose to be a selfish fuck. Then it's going to deal with whatever consequences that come with those decisions. So you have infinite amount of choice. Now your choice decides what you deal with. Like, we all have a choice. You have a choice not to pay your rent. But if you don't have your rent, guess what? Rent's due, motherfucker. You ain't got it, get out. So within the rules, there's still choice. DeAndre said, sometimes you have freedom of choice with many options. Other times, yeah. Hey, real talk, MOT Pops. After this year, they have to bring the Boondocks back because this year is a season of real life. Right. Hey, Bruick, chill. Chat room, chill. Y'all ain't got to be assholes all the time, chat room, all right? Play nice, chat room. God damn. What's up, Harry Jane? Yeah, I appreciate the yeah. Stop being if your card, some cards, like if you're a five of diamonds, certain cards, people who are born under a five card, your life challenge is going to be fickle. If you have a five, I don't remember your card for Highway J, but certain cards like a five of hearts, five of diamonds, fives are very fickle cards, and it's a challenge. Your fickleness is a challenge. But when you know that about yourself and you learn how to focus in on things, you get the biggest benefit because your greatest rewards are behind your greatest challenges. That's why I be on y'all like, look, man, I'm telling you right now, a card reading, I'm not playing. This isn't for me. Like, I share so freely with the cards because I found something that helped. Niggas, y'all gotta understand this shit. This shit didn't come out of nowhere for me, dog. Like, this card reading shit, I don't even know why my regulars, y'all know the story, but I'm gonna tell the people who are new here. Y'all can find all my shit at DewanB.com. At DewanB.com. But let's go to my business side. This shit comes out of my breakthrough advocacy services, man. Discover yourself and improve your relationship. This is what I've been doing. This is my degrees in. Do y'all, I don't be telling y'all, but do y'all know I do corporate trainings on workplace communication? I do corporate anti-racism training. I also do corporate coaching and family coaching on communication because my fucking degrees in communication studies. Life path shit. This is life path shit. This is life path shit. My card is a king of clubs. I was born under this card. This card is the king of communication. It's the king of listening and communicating and teaching. This is a teacher card. Me being born under this card meant I was born to teach. But I was going down this path long the fuck before I knew I was a king of clubs. It was just something in my spirit that said college communication. This is what I'm gonna do. And I love fucking helping people out with their communication. I love it. Like I love this shit. Like when I go into a family and I be seeing like I have like a relationship client and I'll see the wife, the first session, she be coming in looking all angry and shit. She be looking like, cause like the husband, usually like I got a lot of male listeners. And before I had listeners, before I did YouTube, long before I did YouTube, I did this shit right here. But I would have clients and, you know, hey man, I heard about this dude in the wine, whoop-de-whoop. The woman, she be over here looking like, yeah, nigga, I love this nigga, but fuck this nigga. And then he be looking like, man, you know, I'm trying to make it work, man. And then dudes, you niggas usually be goobers. I be like, dude, why did you pick up the phone in front of your new girlfriend with your ex-girlfriend? And it be just certain shit that you niggas be doing that you need some help with. And I've been doing this shit for years. I love doing this shit. And then when you've been working with some people for a couple weeks, or after that first session, they come in looking all sad and shit. And then after the session's over with, they be all happy, having hope, thinking like, my relationship gonna work. I love this shit. So for me, that's where this shit come from. And then years later, I learned how to read these motherfucking cards, nigga. And in reading cards, I learned and I studied the 52 personality types. The 4 different suites, what the face cards represent. And I learned that all of this shit that I learned in college and learned through working with families was represented in a motherfucking playing card? Oh, hell no. I had to learn this shit. And I did. And I learned it well. To the tune of all these motherfucking 5-star reviews. I just got a new one today. So, card reading is not about telling the future. It's not about making an excuse for your behavior. It's not about predicting the odds and ends of life. It's just about showing you the direction things are headed within life. And you prepare yourself for it. You'll get a card reading. Like, let's go back to this punk ass nigga Hunter. Let's go back to Hunter Biden punk ass. Oh yeah. If I was giving Hunter Biden a reading for the year, I'd be like, look, nigga, you got that 7 of spades and moon. So that tells me right there that there's some deep emotional shit. That's and on top of the deep emotional stuff, you're gonna have reason to have deep emotional trauma because that 7 of spades represent trials, learning lessons. If you learned your lesson, if you have a 7 of spades moon and you've been dealing with like how I read a card, like let's say if you had that same 7 of spades in your moon and you've been having repeat problems over and over again and you've since learned how to deal with those problems and now you address those problems and what used to be a problem is now something that you've solved and you've gotten past. If you have a 7 of spades and moon and that's been your path, you're probably going to have a very blessed year. That's why in Vegas they have those 7s. It's the reason why those slot machines are 7s. It's the reason why craps, because again, I also do cleromancy too with dice. These dice and these cards, old school spiritual talk, homeboy, homegirl, and Vegas knows it. 7 doesn't represent luck. It in some ways represents luck, but it really represents the karma you've been putting into it. And if you've been putting out a whole bunch of fucked up karma, then when them 7s come, You're going to have some consequences. Then he has a 7 of clubs in Mercury. That's the card of lawsuits, rhetorical warfare. I'll be like, nigga, my first question would be, how have you been acting? Because based on these cards can play out two ways, depending on how you've been living your life. Being Hunter Biden is always getting in trouble. We see that every few years he's on trial for something. He's getting caught up for something. Do y'all remember that video? It was a video that I didn't even do a video on. The video came out during a trial last week where he beat that woman worse than Puffy did. It was a video like last week that leaked of Hunter Biden leaving the hotel room naked to drag this woman. And he literally dragged her back into the room. If that's how you've been living your life, nigga, when these sevens come, ha! Be prepared. How do we know this is the year this is going to happen? These things are happening to him. Those aces. Aces always represent new beginnings in some way. An ace of diamonds is a rough new beginning. If he had an ace of hearts right there, then it might be off to a new start, but it's a new start of something good. Ace of diamonds is a rough new start. Now, how rough? It depends on the karma you've been putting into it. You feel me? The cards play out, and that's where free will comes into play. Yes, this is the energy of what's within the realms of what can happen to you this year, but how have you been using your free will? Have you been using your free will to bless other people? Have you been using your free will to pay it forward and help the next man? Have you been using your free will to open your heart and give gratitude and give love? Have you been using your free will to hurt people? Have you been using your free will to take advantage of your situation and your position over other people? What have you been using your free will for? Determines the level of karma you're going to receive when the parts that are not your free will come time to be played and paid. So that's what it is. That's what it is. So Hunter, 10 of Spades reward card is reward after long, hard struggle. Now, what's your reward? Good or bad? How have you been living? Based on the way Hunter's been living, it don't look good. So we're going to pay attention to what happens in the next trial. He's guilty here. It's a chance it could get overturned because I would like to see what happens with this Second Amendment challenge, saying that you cannot include drug use. That's not a that's going to be an interesting challenge to the Second Amendment that they're going for. And I'm not against it because I think people should still be able to own guns if they use drugs. What? America's a drug using ass nation. Hell, the criminals got guns that use drugs, so the citizens that use drugs should have guns too. That's my personal feeling. So if this conviction got overturned due to Second Amendment, because the Supreme Court is looking at that particular piece of the Second Amendment right now. If this conviction gets overturned because that particular piece of the Second Amendment is challenged, I personally have no problem with that. But Hunter got bigger problems in his next trial dealing with that tax shit. All right. Thank y'all for listening. I got other shit to do. Get your readings right now. Book a reading right now. Book a card reading right now at breakthroughcards.com. Book a reading. Hit up Hypnosis with Kendall also. All right. He said the birthday. That's dope. Forever Joe getting a birthday reading, one of the best decisions you made. That's dope as hell to hear, man. So yeah, we here. I see. I see them. I see the bad jokes stopped when I put out my challenge. I said, yeah, any bad jokes you niggas, you see the bad jokes stopped right away. I'm gonna start doing that more. Good jokes stay, bad jokes gotta go. I love y'all anyway. Just be funny and don't offend me with your bad jokes. Uncle Joe, Biden, it ain't looking good for you and your family, man. Yo bad. Anyway, thank y'all for listening. Get your reading right now at breakthroughcard.com. And y'all have a good one, all right? Breakthroughcards.com. And it's good to see another thug get found guilty. Giuliani, Trump. Oh my God. This is the Eight of Hearts year of revelation, and the truth shall set you free. And the truth is setting us free. My name is Dewan B. We out.